Funny that I start my stream all the time with my camera being partially obscured because of the line.
Speaking
Hello,
of
you.
line, that line down there looks like a snake.
Yep. Actually, it looks more like a turd.
There's no corn in it.
Okay. I'm getting Alright, I'm streaming. Put this on. Hello, YouTube. It's RJ the West here, and my friend Last Night see. That's the first thing that they'll see is that giant turd just sitting out of the ocean.
At least there's no corn in it.
Yeah. This one should be a little bit different.
Mmm.
Like I said, I never tested this one. All I did was just lay out all I did was just lay everything out, put the actors in place. I did make it to where our allies are immune to collision. Well, at least the heavies are immune to the collision. We are not. Because we're smart. Oh.
Holy jackhammer.
Sorry.
Thought you fixed it.
I did. Damn zip ties are... I sent you an invite. Are you getting it?
Yeah, I was putting my money in my bank.
Oh, I can't wait to read the rest of the story tonight.
Maybe we should get some
Happy Friday.
bigger zip ties for a little more sturdier ones.
I want some indestructible zip ties so I can put this motor and not have to worry about it snapping.
Maybe we should get some metal zip ties then.
They make them in metal? Yes.
They're
of course
kinda.
You would know. I gotta readjust the camera real quick. Man, ever since I started doing stories, I have just been really fixated on them now. I already have some ideas for the story, the continuation of James and Samantha. I'm not gonna lie, I actually am really into this idea of making a story about...
Ow.
I probably not have my sunglasses out here, but I did not pick up a pipe bomb. Oh good, you didn't pick up these weapons. Fine.
Can't throw a pipe bomb that far away anyways.
Sure you can.
No, I won't go that far.
Yes you can.
No, you can't.
Believe in yourself.
No. I can't do that. So much fire.
Yeah, I need to take my sunglasses off. I would probably just save it for the... I was originally not going to have pipe bombs, but I decided against it. Ow, ow, ow. Oh my god. No! Why do I have my pipe bomb out? Not easy hitting moving targets.
Not easy being cheesy.
Oh my god, they are actually acting like raiders, and I love it.
Ow.
Watch out, the boss is right there. I probably should have made his quad bike a little stronger. Now that I think about it, I should have made his quad bike a lot stronger, because if the boss is his vehicle is just as fragile as the other vehicles.
All you gotta do is to make him explosive resistance, and he will survive it from being blown up.
Yeah, I actually nerfed the health. Well, I increased the damage skill of the quad bikes because I know for a fact that Sorry, I did not mean to run right into you. Ow. I should have put an assault shotgun down for us. You may have noticed that I nerfed our weapons, that we are only able to use what we have. Oh! Kill the boss, though. I know. Oh, I landed in a small fire. I just noticed you guys can't even see the Monstera cutting that I have behind my head. I'll show you guys in a bit. You know what else I forgot to do? Nerf their accuracy.
Anything else you forgot? Ow.
I probably... you know what? I put down enough barriers. Man, it really does feel weird trying to shoot moving targets, especially when your allies are taking half your kills, but that's the way it is. Don't even by design. Technically, we were supposed to be a team. If there was a way I could, I would actually have all our allies and our own kills pooled together. Kind of similar to the way you kill enemies in Darktide as a team. Like, it doesn't matter who kills more enemies than what, because the results are the same. Like, you all see how many enemies you killed. I'm gonna grab myself some more cannons over here. Ow. Oh, the sea shark does have a health bar. Just now noticed that.
Come up with the boss?
Yeah, the sea shark. The sea shark is technically the boss. And he's got a heavy revolver and he just one-shot him. I am dying a lot.
There, I benched you.
Yay. Okay, I will admit, I may have made their vehicles way too fragile because, like...
By the way, I don't know if you noticed this when we were playing, while we were playing Darktide. Do you ever notice that the characters that we're playing as don't praise the Emperor all that much like they do in the other game?
Well, Space Marines basically praise the Emperor because they were kind of brainwashed into praising the Emperor. Darktide, you're playing as a prisoner in such a redemption. Darktide's a very brutal game. The clicking. I still hear the clicking, dude. Every time I hear a pilot light on the stove, I'm immediately thinking of a flamer now. Or the sound of a rabid dog. You know, I actually put...
You hear the howling before you can see the dogs.
No, I love the disembodied yowls and stuff.
Well, that's just the indication to let you know that the dogs are coming out, is the howling. And then when you hear the roaring sound, the echoing roaring sound, that's when the hordes of enemies are coming out. Like the zombie type. The zombie type ones.
I know this is...
The ghouls.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Got itchy. Oh, they're slowing down their spawning because our allies are getting too close.
Actually, I moved the enemies pretty far away.
And they're working their way over there.
Slowly. Well, it's kind of funny though, because how do I think about it? Like I said, I never tested this. We should move up there.
We'll die.
There's like a dozen. I have placed like 4 or 5 spawn points around. That looked like the boss. Yep, that was the boss. All his tires are on fire. Monkey bars. I mean, the barriers were supposed to be like for the allies.
Ow.
And us, but like for soldiers. The one thing I'm not liking about these enemies is that I probably should have had them spread out more, because what I'm seeing is that they're all bunched together when they're attacking us. I have them in 3 squads of 5. And yet they all converge on the same spot, and then they all just die in a domino style.
Owie.
Well, I wish Owie was here to save us.
No, Mirage should be better.
Mirage would be better. No, Limbo would be better.
No.
Yes.
Bruno
No, how about
would be better.
Misa? How do you think Misa would work in this game?
I know, but I think Bruno would be better.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, even Sevagoth would be better too. Oh, I think any Warframe would be better.
Well, yeah, they are super weapons after all.
Well, except for one.
You're a lie.
Got killed by a damn human.
A human slaver. And then she had to be saved by children according to her lore.
Proving to you how weak she is.
Ah! My heart.
Weak. She's weak in lore, extremely weak in lore, but in gameplay she's actually not weak.
She is beast in the gameplay, dude. I've seen some really badass Yarlai builds. I actually saw this one girl playing as a Yarlai. She was a max range, or maybe she was invigorated, but oh my god, her vortex ability pulled so many enemies in. She was basically acting like a freaking... Oh, not gonna use that as cover. If it was destroyed, then maybe. You know what's funny? They're all equipped with compact rifles, and they feel like, and they all hurt. How many bombs do I have? 9? Okay.
Is it like 10 the max
Yes.
for pipe bombs?
Ow! This trash can isn't saving me.
Imagine that.
I'm getting shot. They're shooting above the trash can.
How trash is that?
This rock might provide more cover. Crank up the vibes for a second on my chair. Now you can hear my voice sound different. Almost mechanical.
It just sounds like you're going over a really bumpy road.
Oh, this is their spawn area. We literally pushed them to their spawn area.
Your chair just makes you sound like you're riding in the car on a very bumpy dirt road or something.
Yes. Hey buddy, your quad bike is on fire.
Hey buddy, I think you're dead.
I am dead.
Ah, that thing exploded as soon as I killed him. And the explosion killed me too.
Whoa, that was cool. Oh my god, I love that. The lighting in here. You know, you don't think a 13-year-old game would not show its age, but sometimes it just never ceases to amaze me.
That was weird.
Then we're pushing them so far back that they're stopped spawning now.
No, I gotta record that. I gotta. Let's go.
You recording GTA content? It's been almost over a month.
No, I'm not recording. I'm just going like to like the
Oh, previous gameplay
first.
recording?
Yeah. I'll edit that later and screenshot it to you. So you can see it. Yeah.
I forget I can hip fire with this gun too.
I don't feel like recording or streaming this game anymore.
I understand. The algorithm is literally saturated with GTA Online content. Unless you have like a really big voice and a lot of support, like subscriber support, like not a lot of people would notice.
Well, here's the thing. I only get like maybe 1 to 2 people watching, and
Yeah,
I barely get any views on it. And I get more people watching me just playing random different variety of different games when I stream them than I do this game.
I understand that. Like I said, GTA Online is very like the algorithm is just saturated with GTA Online content, dude. I just do it because it's more passionate. Oh, they all bulk spawn. Yay. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. Run out of snack soon. Those guys be dangerous.
Oh, I literally just got up on the hill just to die again.
Oh, that girl's got that up there. You know what's funny? A lot of the heavies are actually further back. That one is floating. That one is floating. Ow!
I just got one tap by the boss.
Oh, guns. Ow, ow! This is probably the right way of making the Moto X guys, if I'm being honest. They are an extreme sports group after all. Damn. I actually can't shoot over this for some reason. It's not letting me. There we go. The way they just pile on each other like that. Load up. Ow! It's funny that they do actually target us over the allies.
Not always.
Not always, but they do from time to time. Or maybe it's just random and we think that they're always targeting us, which is stay with one of the heavies.
Oh, come on.
Ow! Oh shit, I forgot I have been spawned over there too! Ow! Oh, we both died. That's okay, she'll respawn. Okay, so you gotta hit the center of them. The more you learn. Alright, so you gotta hit the center. That's their weak, that's its weak point. Ow!
Oh, that literally just blew up right next to me and killed me.
I'm gonna run out of snacks soon. Ow! There's very little cover over here. Oh! Yeah, there was definitely not a lot of cover over there. I don't care. Alright. Got some more guns. Oh, that's where I put the pipe bomb. Coming. Oh, hell no.
No phone. No weapon wheel. Oh.
Oh shit, it's the boss. Ah! Oh! No! I blew up. I got blew up by my own pipe bomb. That was actually kind of funny. Hey, do you remember when I died? That was funny. Ouch. Stay in the trenches. Another wave incoming! Ow. Yeah, I probably could have lowered their accuracy by a little, but they're not as bad. If we were fighting the Future Shock Girls party and they were all in jetpacks, we'd be screwed.
No,
not wanna...
jetpacks are not the problem. It's them being on foot.
Yeah, it is. I like creating dangerous enemies. Oh. There's like 100 other people to shoot at. You know, I've heard of firemen, but not firewomen. No, I'm kidding. They're all on fire! That is funny. That is actually kind of funny, and how just like in Warframe, when an NPC is on fire, they actually panic. I actually kind of find that kind of funny. No! First time to reload! And I died in fire. I deserve that. You know, I actually like this environment. It makes a good skirmishing environment. I didn't really think this. I didn't really think. Wow. I mean, I literally made this before eating lunch. Thankfully. Man, I wish I had the assault shotgun right now. I should have put a shotgun down. Maybe in the next fight. Is this the? This is the second mission, right? The second time we're fighting the Moto X guys.
Yes.
Okay, so the day after tomorrow, I'm giving us assault shotguns. Sucks that I can't put attachments on them though, but eh. You ever notice that the biker chicks sound interesting? Like that they definitely have an interesting voice.
Hmm.
Of course, the hookers have a southern accent. I mean, I think it's like a I think it's like a, isn't it like a SoCal accent? I could be wrong. When it comes to, I am so alien when it comes to dialect. I mean, I know a southern accent and everything, but like, through the fire and through the flames we carry on. Oh shit! Ow! Literally just about out of snacks. Let's rock.
Oh, come on.
Ooh! Ow! They get on fire really easily, don't they?
Yeah, they're flammable.
Ow! You know what's actually also kind of funny about this fight? We're fighting them on foot and they're mounted. Think of it like we're fighting mounted enemies. Technically speaking, we're fighting mounted enemies. They have so much mobility, which actually in a way makes them harder to kill. But I made it a balance by making it to where they are lower in health, but they're faster. I forgot to pick up pipe bombs. Can't see through the flames. Oh, here's a pipe bomb. I'm curious though, if we had, like, I probably should have moved some of the hookers, the heavies. I mean, the hookers in this mission are actually the heavies.
Oh,
But I should have actually had them.
one-shotted.
Should have had them out here. I mean, they're not actually. I think about it. Ow.
Oh.
Alright, at least I got one. Fall back!
Oh, I just got one-shotted the pistol at long range.
You're going to. The boss is wielding a. The boss is wielding a heavy revolver Mark II. He means business.
Sniped me right in the head.
It technically is a handheld sniper rifle. And he does have high accuracy. I wanted the boss to be lethal. Remember the boss died? I think. Yes, he is. It's funny that we're actually playing defense, and I'm actually pretty happy knowing the fact that this is actually really good combat consistency. Despite the fact that I not tested this mission out. And you also noticing that we can't even get past a certain area without dying?
Mm-hmm.
We only got less than a minute left. Owie. Alright. Oh! Oh, that was a good one. Ow. Hi, Gracie. I see you. Hi, Grace. I'll go get my phone. Oh, wait, I don't need my phone. Just realized oh, actually, I do need my phone, so I can actually... Alright, be right back. Alright. Phone. That way I can... 62 kills. Oh, we did pretty good. Why is the screen white? Holy crap.
Yeah, I'm seeing it too.
Grace, come on, baby. My baby.
Go ahead and send me an invite.
Copy that. Oh no, my personal vehicle has been destroyed. Peace.
I'm back.
Copy that. Alright. Scroll down, scroll down. Alright. Story time. Now, if I actually remember correctly, I have my notes down. Oh, wrong button. This part of the story is when the Lotus wants to speak to James and Samantha privately. As James and Samantha were about to kiss, an alert was they were alerted. They were alerted by no wait, they were summoned. They were unexpectedly summoned by the Lotus. The Lotus. Oh yeah. Let's see. Samantha and James. Oh, got one more character. That they are to be reunited assigned
Invite.
to copy that. They are to be reassigned to new Tenno partners. James is to be paired up with a 19-year-old woman named Wendy. You know, I'm actually. This is what I like about this story. When I was working on it a couple of days ago, like a part of me just awoken in there, and I just like I need to make this story, and I need to make it work because it sounds so cool. Wendy is a like has a playful personality and is uncoordinated. She no, actually, I'll do that later. She has a playful personality, and her warframe is Wisp. Samantha was to be paired up with a man named Reggie. Oops, I spelled Reggie wrong. Reggie.
Hello?
Reggie
Alright, it'll cost us, but I
is
have
29.
friends with extra chemicals laying around.
He has an observant mindset and focuses entirely on the missions and the mission. He is, or he can be, emotionally. What's the word? Let's see. I have it on my notes here. Distant, emotionally distant. My bad. He. Alright. James is upset by the. Did you just die?
Mm-hmm.
James is upset by the Lotus for separating him and Samantha. He demands to know why he and Samantha are getting new partners. The Lotus explains that she doesn't want James to be emotionally attached to Samantha. That Lotus has been observing the duo's progress on how, let's see, that Lotus is how the duo the Lotus has been observing the how all right has been observing the performance of James and his use of limbo. The space between them vanished. James leaned in, his hyper-focused mind entirely locked into the coordinates of Samantha's lips. The rushing waterfall faded into static. For the first time in its 25 years, the universe felt perfectly aligned. Then, the harsh, high-frequency chime of the Lotus's priority comms channel violently shattered the silence. The holographic projector on James's wrist snapped open. The cool purple silhouette of the Lotus materialized, completely indifferent to the moment she had just interrupted. Operators, the Lotus's voice echoed, devoid of emotion. Return to your orbiters immediately. Your combat matrix has been reassigned. You are being placed with new Tenno partners. Samantha stepped back. Her analytical mind immediately calculated the strategic disruption. Lotus, explain. Our efficiency ratings are an all-time high. The Earth Relay Station defense proved our synergy was optimal. The decision is tactical, Lotus replied coldly. Samantha, you being paired with Operator Reggie. He is 29, highly observant, and entirely mission-focused. He maintains a necessary emotional distance that ensures absolute operational discipline. Oh, damn it. I actually forgot to... hold on a second. Oh. I forgot to say his name was... Okay, I need to do the... Alright. I forgot to actually type his Warframe. Okay, his Warframe, I forgot, I was like, damn it, I forgot, there was an oversight on my end. Alright, where's Reggie at? Reggie is 99, I'm not using him with Boobin, screw that. Reggie's Warframe is Site 9. There we go. That's not how you spell it's Reggie, not Veggie. There we go. Alright. The space between the blah blah blah. Then the harsh frequency, holographic projectile. We already know that part. We already skip. Samantha stepped back. Okay, we already know that part. The decision is tactical. Okay, here it is. The decision is tactical. You're being paired with... He is 29, highly observant, mission focused. His Warframe is Site 9, a precision calculating sharpshooter frame that aligns with your tactical parameters. James felt a physical jolt in his chest, a sudden erratic spike of adrenaline that completely threw off his internal metrics. And my vector? He demanded, his voice losing its flat, calculated cadence. James, you are being paired with Operator Wendy, the Lotus stated. She is 19, possesses a highly fluid, playful personality, and commands Wisp. Her frame's dimensional manipulation through reservoirs will cross-reference with your Rift data. No, James said. The word tore from his throat before his brain could filter it. He stepped directly in front of the hologram, his fists clenching so hard his fingers twitched violently. He was furious. A chaotic storm of emotion overriding his high IQ processes. This is mathematically and tactically incorrect. I demand a full data breakdown of this decision, Lotus. Why are you separating us? The Lotus's holographic eyes seemed to look straight through him. Because you are compromised, James. The silence that followed was heavy. I have been closely monitoring your combat telemetry during the Pavlov's Granium invasion, the Lotus explained. Her voice steady and absolute. Your utilization of Limbo's Rift has shifted. You are no longer calculating spatial displacement for maximum tactical efficiency. You are overextending your somatic energy, overusing the Rift, and burning out your own neural pathways solely to protect Samantha. Samantha opened her mouth to interject, but the Lotus cuts her off. An operator must remain a detached instrument of balance, the Lotus continued. Emotional attachment introduces dangerous variables. James, your high IQ is being weaponized by your own fear of losing her. If this attachment continues, your calculations will fail. Your frame will collapse, and you will die. The separation is absolute. Prepare for redocking. The hologram snapped shut. James stood completely frozen on the cliffside, his mind locked in a terrifying cognitive loop. He looked at Samantha, his brilliant brain utterly powerless to calculate a solution that would let him keep her close. Ooh. Over the next several days, Samantha and James were performing. Let's see. Over the next several days, Samantha and James were with their new partners. James feels depressed by the sudden, by the massive disruption. To his routine. He misses Samantha greatly. He misses the way she brings him tea at just the right temperature. Now James has to work with a girl who doesn't take missions seriously. Her high, uncoordinated energy annoys James. Samantha feels, aw, kitty cat wants off. Gonna move my character. Let's see. Here, go get my notes. In my notes, I actually made it to where Wendy was a loud, obnoxious woman. Her, her high energy, and her high, wait, oops, her high energy, her obnoxious and uncoordinated energy annoys James. Samantha feels unsettled by the change, as she is used to the safety of James's rift. No, wait. She is used to the safety of James's rift. Used to this. She's used to the safety of Limbo's rift. Rift. What was that? Did someone just run past me? Oh, it's just a jogger. As she is used to this, Samantha feels unsettled by the chains, as she is used to the safety of Rift. Without James, Samantha has to dodge and weave from bullets so often that it stresses her out. Every mission, mission with Reggie feels like a battle for survival. Samantha returns from almost every mission with her Mesa battered and beaten. Reggie doesn't even care. He only cares about the mission. Here we go, guys. The structured, predictable world James has built for himself was completely shattered. Over the next several days, the somatic chamber inside his orbiter felt cold and wrong. James was trapped in a deep, heavy depression. For an autistic mind, a disruption to a multi-year routine wasn't just inconvenient, it was physically painful. Every morning, he stared at his console, staring at the empty space where Samantha used to stand. He missed her with a fierce, quiet ache. He missed the precise, soothing 110 hertz frequency of her voice. And most of all, he missed the small things his mind relied on, like the way she would silently place a flask of tea on his desk, always heated at exactly 62 degrees Celsius, without him ever having to ask. Instead, his reality was now flooded with chaotic, uncoordinated noise. "Hey Jimmy, watch this!" Wendy's voice blasted through his comms channel, loud, hyperactive, and completely unbothered by tactical discipline. Through the somatic link, James watched Wisp float like a corpus tile set, giggling as she dropped her glowing reservoirs. To To Wendy, the mission was a playground. She didn't calculate sight lines. She didn't map enemy formations, and her playful energy felt like sandpaper on James's raw nerves. She would constantly phase through walls, popping up next to Limbo just to startle him. "Wendy, your positioning is highly inefficient," James muttered, his voice flat, completely drained of energy inside his paws. His fingers twitched erratically against his thigh as he tried to block out her constant humming. "You are overextending into the enemy's flanking vector. Please maintain a distance of 5 meters." "Lighten up, math boy. We're winning." Wendy laughed, throwing a glowing spectral clone across the room just to see if the Corpus Proxies chase it. James closed his eyes inside his helmet. Her absolute lack of seriousness was torturous. He didn't want to engage his cataclysm anymore. He didn't want to map the geometry of the void. Without Samantha's steady, anchoring logic behind balancing his calculations, the rift just felt like a cold, empty tomb. Miles away in another sector of the Origin system, Samantha was living through her own tactical nightmare. She felt completely unsettled, her analytical armor wearing incredibly thin. For 2 years, she had operated under the absolute invisible safety of Limbo's rift. She had been spoiled by James's brilliant mind, which has always folded space around her at the exact millisecond danger approach. Now, that safety net was gone. Target sighted. Moving to intercept. Do not deviate from the path. Reggie's voice droned over the comms. It was flat, detached, and completely void of human warmth. Reggie was 29, a seasoned killer who viewed the war solely through the lens of cold numbers. His frame, Sight 9, was a lethal, calculating instrument of precision. Reggie didn't miss a shot, but he also didn't care about anything else. He didn't even look back to see if Samantha was keeping up. He didn't check her shields. He only cared about the objective. Without the rift, Samantha was forced to dodge, weave, and slide through a relentless hail of Grenier heavy fire. Every single mission felt like a desperate, exhausting battle for survival. Ping! Clang! A volley of ballistic rounds smashed into Mesa's armored shoulder plates as Samantha rolled behind a piece of failing cover. Her heart rate was constantly spiking, not from the warm affection she felt around James, but from sheer, unadulterated stress. She had to calculate bullet trajectories in real time while exposed to the raw, violent physics of the physical world. Reggie, I need suppression fire on the upper catwalks, Samantha gasped. Her breathing ragged as her shields began to deplete. My ballistic matrix is overwhelmed. Negative, Reggie replied coldly, his Sight 9 frame aiming down a long-range scope, completely ignoring a squad of Grenier troopers closing in on her position. Suppressing that vector wastes ammunition. Elevate your own evasion metrics. The mission clock is ticking. Samantha grit her teeth, forcing Mesa to activate her shatter shield, but the sheer volume of enemy fire was just too much. By the time the mission concluded, Samantha staggered back into her orbiter, physically and mentally broken. Mesa's sleek, gunslinger armor was battered, deeply dented and scorched black by plasma fire. She collapsed out of her somatic pod, her real body bruised and trembling from the feedback strain of a frame that had taken way too many hits. She stared at the maintenance log. Mesa was beaten to a pulp, and Reggie hadn't even stayed on the channel to debuff. He had logged off the second the extraction timer hit 0. He didn't care about her. He didn't care that she lived or died, as long as the data drive was secured. Sitting alone in the dark of her ship, rubbing her aching temples, Samantha looked at her comms console. She couldn't take this much longer. She needed her routine back. She needed her calculator. She needed James. Wendy... Alright. During a dangerous... while on a dangerous mission. While on a dangerous mission. While on a dangerous mission, James and Wendy were tasked to infiltrate a heavy Corpus freighter Wendy ignores James's suggestion to remain hidden from the MOAs. Damn it. MOAs. Wendy gets nearly overwhelmed by a swarm of corpus crewmen and the shield ospreys. The shield ospreys. And actually, you know what? Ospreys. And ospreys. Corpus crewmen and ospreys. No, wait. Corpus crewmen, MOAs, and the ospreys. James had his limbo open up a massive cataclysm to immobilize where is it? Everything in the ship. James holding back his anger towards Wendy's reckless abandon. James holding back his anger towards nearly caused him to collapse the rift bubble that could have destroyed the ship. The alarms inside the heavy corpus fighter screamed at a deafening pitch. Red warning lights bathed the corridors in a sickening glow. "Wendy, halt!" James said over the comms, his voice tight and strained. Inside his somatic pod, his knuckles were white. My telemetry maps a cluster of 42 shockwave MOAs and shield ospreys in the next junction. The optimal path requires us to remain hidden. If we bypass them through the lower ventilation shafts, our detection probability drops to 0. "Oh, come on, Jimmy. Where's the fun in crawling around dirt?" Wendy's playful voice bubbled through the static, completely oblivious to the danger. Before James could pull up the exact mathematical proof of his strategy, Wisp floated directly past his cover. She didn't just walk out, she giggled, waving her hands as she dropped the glowing reservoir right in the middle of the main corridor. The Corpus proxy sensor snapped towards her instantly. Within seconds, the junction turned into a localized war zone. Wendy's playful, uncoordinated energy backfired catastrophically. The single squad of MOAs she thought she could handle suddenly cascaded into a swarm. Dozens of Corpus crewmen flooded the zone, backed by a relentless wall of automated MOAs and hovering ospreys that instantly locked down the sector with overlapping plasma grids. Wisp was completely cut off, her shields violently shattering under a barrage of laser fire. "Whoa, okay, that's a lot of bad guys," Wendy yelled, her playful tone finally cracking into panic as she desperately tried to phase away, only to get pinned by a heavy shockwave that slammed her frame into the bulkhead. James's brain short-circuited from raw, mounting fury. Her reckless abandon hadn't just ruined the mission parameters. It was the exact chaotic noise he despised. It was everything Samantha wasn't. If Samantha were here, they would have cleared this room in a beautiful silent dance of perfect symmetry. "Enough!" James hissed. Through limbo, James unleashed every ounce of his somatic energy. He didn't just cast a pocket. He violently tore a massive cataclysm bubble that expanded aggressively, consuming the entire midsection of the heavy fighter. Crack! The golden terror in reality swallowed everything. James slammed the stasis matrix into place. Instantly, the universe stopped. The swarm of crewmen froze mid-stride. The MOAs remained suspended in their firing stances. Thousands of blinding plasma bolts hung motionless in the air like a a frozen field of deadly neon glass. Wisp froze too, hovering awkwardly a foot off the ground. Everything was immobilized, but the sheer size of the bubble combined with James's roaring anger pushed the rift to a volatile breaking point. Inside his pod, James was shaking violently. His teeth were grit so hard his jaw ached. He was so incredibly angry at Wendy, so deeply depressed from missing Samantha, and so overwhelmed by the sensory nightmare of the alarms of his hyper-focused mind began to fracture. Because of his emotional turbulence, the mathematics of the rift began to fail. The edges of the cataclysm bubble started to violently fluctuate, sending spatial shockwaves rippling through the freighter's structural hull. The ship's metal groaned under the immense dimensional pressure. If James lost his concentration for even a microsecond, the pocket dimension would have violently collapsed, causing a spatial implosion that would tear the heavy freighter and everyone in it into microscopic atomic dust. Maintain the constant, James gasped aloud in his pod, tears of sheer mental exhaustion welling from his eyes. He forced his high IQ brain to block out Wendy's muffled frozen panic. He forced himself to visualize the exact comforting 62-degree tea Samantha already made for him. He forced himself to remember the quiet frequency of her voice. Using Samantha's memory as an anchor, James slowly dialed the chaotic spatial fluctuations back into a perfect mathematical equilibrium, holding the unstable rift. James, while everything was in stasis, James approached Wendy and gave her a serious lecture. Wendy noticed that James had tears that were running down his face. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's dumb. Oh, I'm gonna move my character real quick. Well, okay. Limbo approached Wisp. Wendy noticed that James had... No, wait. Right. Wendy... let's see. While everything was in stasis, Limbo approached... No, yeah. Alright. James got out of... alright, I got it. James stepped out of Limbo and stood directly in front. Wow, it's already 8:40. Holy shit. Right in front of Wisp. Wendy stepped out of her Wisp and almost started crying. She doesn't understand the gravity of the situation with James and his relationship with Samantha. No, wait. That makes no sense. Gravity situation with James in the of the mission on the mission. Wendy noticed that James looked like he had been crying and began to um, began to stop being wait stop trying and tries had been crying. All right, I'm going to leave it this. I'm going to see what the AI does for the rest. In the absolute stillness on the stasis field, the world was cast in a cold, shimmering gold. The alarms had gone silent, their sound waves froze in midair. Millions of deadly plasma bolts hovered like a wall of glowing needles, just inches away from Wisp's chassis. James could not contain his fury any longer. Through the somatic link, Limbo executed a swift, precise dash. Stepping cleanly out of the rift plane, the frame materialized in the physical world, standing directly in front of the immobilized Wisp. Instantly, the link severed. The pod doors aboard James's orbiter slid open with a violent hiss. James didn't just speak through his comms. He used the ship's direct operator-to-operator projection override to force his physical silhouette into materialize right in front of Wendy's frame. Acknowledge physical presence, Wendy. Step out of your frame. Now, James commanded. His voice wasn't flat anymore. It was sharp, trembling with a cold, terrifying intensity that would cut through the silence. Started by the raw hostility in his voice, the somatic link and Wendy's end disengaged. Her real body materialized out of Wisp's shadow, stepping onto the frozen deck plates. The playful, smirking expression she usually wore vanished instantly. Jimmy? What are you doing? We're mid-mission. Look around you, James interrupted, his eyes wide, his body rigid and shaking as his hands twitched violently against his sides. He pointed a finger at the frozen plasma bolts, then at the groaning metal of the hull. Look at the spatial metrics. This is not a playground. This is a heavy corpus fighter with a Class 4 reactor core. Your refusal to follow my stealth vector introduced 42 hostile variables into a closed system. Wendy took a step back, her lower lip trembling. She had never seen James like this. She had always viewed him as just a quiet, boring math guy who sat in his pod. She truly did not understand the gravity of the situations they were sent into. To her, the Tenno were immortal gods, and missions were just games to pass the time. She had no concept of tactical failure. Do you think your reservoirs make you invincible? My bad. You think your reservoirs make you invincible, James spat, his voice cracking from the immense emotional strain that he'd been carrying for days. If my calculation fluctuates by even 0.0001% right now, this pocket dimension collapses. Do you know what happens then, Wendy? A localized spatial implosion. The molecular structure of this ship would be torn apart. We will not just fail. Our somatic pods will experience complete neural backflush. We will cease to exist. You are endangering my life because you find crawling through ventilation shafts boring. Wendy's eyes welled with tears. The sheer weight of his words, combined with the terrifying sight of thousands of frozen bullets and plasma bolts hovering around her, finally cracked her playful shell. She felt incredibly small, completely overwhelmed by the reality of the danger she had carelessly caused. But as she looked up to him to apologize, her breath caught. The projection of James was perfectly clear. His chest was heaving, his posture was completely broken, and his face was flushed. Red lines traced his eyes, and wet tear tracks stained his cheeks. He looked like he had been crying long before this room ever flooded with enemies. He wasn't just angry about the Moas. He was grieving. James? Wendy whispered, her voice cracking as a tear finally spilled down her cheek. Your eyes. You're crying. James instantly froze, his IQ mind short-circuiting as he called out his physical vulnerability. As she called out his physical vulnerability. He quickly wiped his face with the back of his sleeve, his fingers twitching erratically as he struggled to process the overwhelming emotional and sensory overload of the moment. He missed Samantha so much it felt like a physical weight in his chest. And having this 19-year-old girl point out his pain only made the static in his head louder. My optimal moisture levels are irrelevant to the mission parameters, James muttered defensively, his voice dropping back into a strained, flat cadence. He turned away from her, his silhouette beginning to flicker. Re-engage your transference. We are extracting, and we are never pairing together again. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream, and thank you guys for watching. I'll do the rest of these stories in the next live stream. Thank you guys, and have a good one.